or whatever the case might be. But it's just kind of funny to see how folks take it. Unfortunately, the weather was kind of terrible for driving your tractor to school. But I have to imagine, Pana, there's probably quite a few tractors out there that could have done so if it were a little better temperatures. So just unfortunate there. Now, Thursday, what was Thursday again?
Thursday is our junior high Ag Olympics. We go in there in the gym it's towards the end of the day, and we'll have all kinds of games, just kind of farmer related, sort of ag themed, and get all the kids involved. Everybody enjoys it. It's a real good time.
Cool. And with those games, can you tell me like just a little bit about them or some of the games just as an example?
Last year we did hay bale toss, limbo. So we set a limbo bar up, and however high you can throw that, or barrel racing a stick pony and running around barrels and stuff like that. Or, obviously you got your 3-legged race. You tie 2 people's legs together and make them run down the court. That's always a good time. We've done chicken races in the past. That usually doesn't end well. There's chickens in the bleachers and stuff everywhere. But yeah, I think this year we're going to try to dress goats for the high school Ag Olympics. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
I have to imagine interesting is probably the right word for it. Dressing goats. Are we talking flannels again? Are we talking trying to put jeans on these guys?
Yep. Yeah, youth large clothes trying to go on a goat.
So you got chickens maybe running around. We might have goats potentially. That sounds like a lot of fun and a good way to get people involved. And actually kind of I don't know if this would be the right way to put it, but some of the exciting things of it as well. People associate livestock. They associate farming with it. To actually bring them to the school, be a part of it, I think that's a big deal. I think that's a smart thing to do. And then so Friday we have the high school Ag Olympics. Any changes then really basically between the games just based on the ages or anything like that? Or do you kind of just go from one to the other?
We mostly just go from one to the other there. There's not, so at our high school, we throw out a big tarp over the court so we can protect the court and we can do a little bit more there. The junior high doesn't have that equipment, so we can't maybe race chickens at the junior high or whatever.
Well, yeah. And especially with, some basketball that's coming to a close, you might not want to have some chicken all over there, or maybe some goat hooves stomping all over the hardwood. But with that being the case, so National FFA Week, we've got all 5 days loaded. 2 have already passed. One today being Dressed Like a Farmer Day. So I'm excited for you guys to be able to get back there and see some of the outfits that have been chosen for today. In the past or this year, what's kind of the response been that you guys have seen?
I can speak on our behalf. When we started like our freshman year, our meetings and stuff, they were, 10 people or so. Nowadays we got 110 people at our meetings. I think FFA Week's a big part of increasing that enrollment. And especially we get to go to the junior high, and these kids see, because I came from the Catholic school in Pana, and then Clyde, he's obviously at the public school, but you don't really get that exposure. And I think since we are able to go to the junior high, they get that exposure sooner and become more active members.
110. That's an impressive number, guys.
Oh yeah, we bring in a crowd.
That's awesome.
It's a good time you bring in the younger kids, try to get them involved doing even going to the events and doing the contests. You just going in there, and when their freshmen are coming in, you're telling them, say, hey, you need to get involved. This is a good time. You're going to enjoy it.
Well, yeah. And then you put on a good time too. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's the biggest thing where, okay, that's maybe not just, I'm not just sitting in a room talking about this, that, or the other. Mm-hmm. We're here to plan some fun, or at least have some, and also learn a little bit too. Would you guys be able to tell me about maybe record books a little bit, maybe that you've done in the past, or some that are being showcased even this year?
Yeah, because my record book is about my employment at a farm drainage company. So, filling it out, and then you go and get interviewed for what you do. It helps kind of show that you know what's going on and you're a part of it. It's a good way to keep yourself active and involved.
Kind of accountable, maybe even too, a little bit. For you?
I did turf management, like lawn cutting and things of that nature last year, and I ended up going to proficiencies for that, and then I got my state degree for doing that. And then I know we got a girl that works at a bakery in town. She's going to proficiencies, and then we had a couple guys do livestock. They didn't advance. They're just younger guys, don't have as much hours in their books compared to everybody else. And then there's another kid did like yard turf management, stuff like that. So we're starting to get a pretty good turnout on books, guys and gals getting into books and being accountable and doing a great job there.
Well, I mean, you got 110 potential folks that could do so. I mean, again, that number is kind of, to me, that's just a really impressive mark. I don't know how many other, chapters or folks could really say they've got that many people with them in that regard. Tell me a little bit about your roles. I've got president and secretary here. How does your day-to-day go? How does a meeting look like? Where can you take me with that?
Yeah, because like when during meetings, I'd get a piece of paper out and I'm the one writing down what's going on, so we have a record of what we've done. Yeah, I sort of just keep the order going.
Keep the order. I'm sure you could use that.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say that one person in our officer team does more than other. We have a really great vice president this year, Isabel Reed. She does a great job planning stuff at the elementary school and fundraisers and stuff. I feel like we got a pretty balanced officer team. We all come to conclusions on everything. We never butt heads or anything like that. So I feel like we do a great job there. As president, I mean, you kind of are the face of it, but really you're not, because I mean, I got these great people behind me. I mean, it's not me at all. It's all them.
Yeah.
It's a group effort.
And I appreciate you saying that. Sorry.
And the advisors are great too. They'll guide you through anything. They're always nice and they'll help you even if it's not even related to FFA. If you have a problem, you can go to them.
And that's important too. I mean, there are a lot of problems outside of FFA in the world. So I completely get that. Well, guys, we've already taken care of 10 minutes just like that. And we still have fundraisers to talk about. We've talked a little bit about some members and National FFA Week, the roles you guys have. We got some more to talk about here when we come back around with the WTIM Morning Show. Again, joining me right now are PANA President of the FFA chapter, Matt McFarland, and also Secretary Clyde Witt. We'll be back around on your information station in just one moment.
Your information station, WTIM.
Illinois Corn is proud to invest in Illinois Ag in the classroom, powering the next generation of Illinois neighbors who understand and appreciate agriculture. In Illinois, 78 paid ag literacy coordinators serve 87 counties, and your corn checkoff funds about 20% of each of the 78 positions. The Illinois Corn Checkoff's mission is to grow demand, create new markets, and foster understanding of corn farmers and the corn industry through strategic investments. Learn more online at ilcorn.org.
The agricultural industry is facing challenging times. Just like your family, we've been through good times and bad. Hello, I'm James Kirk, Vice President at First National Bank in Taylorville, just west of the Taylorville Square. For nearly 70 years, we've been here to provide banking and loan solutions for Christian County farmers. We will weather the storm as we have for almost 7 generations. Let us be your partner for the next season. We are First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Darian Norville with Central Commodity FS, bringing you What's Next. And here at FS, we believe that is supporting agriculture's bright future. So happy National FFA Week to all past, present, and future agriculture professionals whose success sprouted from their local chapter. Best wishes from your proud supporters at Central Commodity Farmers Supply Company.
During this tough time in agriculture, I can save you thousands of dollars by rebuilding your existing planter instead of trading for a newer model. I'm Bryce Hennings, owner of Hennings Equipment Company, a precision planting premier dealer based in Assumption. Let my 13 years of experience in precision ag save you money as you face lower commodity prices. Let me service your planter, whether it's a general inspection, rebuild, or a technology upgrade. I can service your planter whether it's still factory equipped or as any of today's modern upgrades. Find me online at henningseq.com. That's henningseq.com.
Berkey's Farm Store offers you local precision farming specialists who can help you manage your entire fleet, from machine monitoring to crop health. Let our experts help you out this spring with the right equipment to monitor your crop growth and production. With our precision farming specialists, they can assist you with any technological issues you may face. Berkey's Farm Store in Shelbyville has great financing offers to assist our customers with their purchases. Stop by Berkey's Farm Store in Shelbyville and schedule a demo of our agricultural DJI drone.
Agriculture is one of the cornerstones of our community and economy. Working in agriculture takes fortitude, faith, and a knowledgeable financial partner. This is Julie Nodal, and we at First National Bank want to be your partner. We have been helping farmers grow their operations and weather uncertain times since 1930. With firsthand knowledge of agriculture and its challenges, we are committed to you. Let us help you succeed now and for future generations to come. First National Bank, the quality bank, member FDIC.
WTIM.
Back around with the WTIM morning show here on your information station, brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. My name is Grayson Bauman. I'm your host, sort of. And joining me now is PANA President of the FFA chapter, Matt McFarland, and PANA Secretary of the FFA chapter, it is Clyde Witt. We've talked about National FFA Week, Section 19. We talked about rolls, record books, and how many members you've got. I'd like to know a little bit about fundraisers, past, present, wherever you want to take me with that.
This year we did for the first time, the pulled pork fundraiser, which we had a good turnout. We sold a good amount with it. But our main one this is the second year we do it, but we sold a good amount last year. It's our strawberry fundraiser, and they come from Florida, and everybody around loves them. You can sell so many. It's so easy to sell them.
You don't even have to really sell the product. It almost sells itself a little bit, and it's going to a good thing. That doesn't hurt. And I tell you what, you go to the store right now and try and buy some strawberries. You'd be lucky to get about 4 good ones, and the rest will be rotten. So these from Florida are actually ready to go, ripe and perfect.
We get them trucked overnight. So they'll come at like 8 o'clock in the morning, but that driver, you can tell he's a little bit tired.
Yeah. Fresh picked, and then they're right to you and able to be sold. So right now that's going on. Is that something you guys do door to door? Is that something folks got to come to you for? How does that kind of work?
We hand out flyers to all of our members. I mean, we got a lot of members, so therefore I sold a little bit last year, but I had a hard time selling them this year because everybody, I mean, you try to go to the Catholic school, you try to go to the elementary school, they got flyers in the office. I mean, businesses around town, there's flyers in town. I mean, you got a hard time trying to sell them from a member standpoint because you can't find anybody that hasn't already bought them. So, I mean, the community knows about them, so that helps. And we had a good turnout last year, so that also helps.
It's a good problem to have,
right?
You know, folks are buying, so I can't hardly sell to them because they've already bought. That you'd rather that than, hey, we don't need those strawberries, you know. So you've got those 2 fundraisers. Anything else in the works, or anything else that you're planning? Maybe
we'd like to get alumni fundraiser, because that's one of the things we're not necessarily struggling with, but trying to get started at PANA is an alumni. So I think next year they're going to try to do mums or a community garden, like a pumpkin patch. We got a little bit of land left over from our ag plot because they had just built that elementary school and took away most of our ag plot. So I think we're going to try to do pumpkins maybe.
I think that would be a nice thing to kind of start the school year back up. Are both of you seniors?
Yes, sir.
So both are seniors. So that'll be something for that next batch, that next group. And so with that, you've got the pulled pork fundraiser. I can imagine that went very well. The strawberry fundraiser going on right now. It sounds like it's going on very well. And then you've got the alumni fundraiser potentially in the works. And I think maybe pumpkins around Halloween, around Thanksgiving. I think you'll have an easy time selling those too. So, and I think there's a lot of support out there for what you guys are doing as well. You got 110 members. I mean, the community knows. And so that's a big deal. What about the folks that don't know about FFA? Somebody like myself in high school that just had no idea really what FFA was. Why should people be interested in the FFA?
It's not just agriculture. You're getting public speaking skills. You're meeting new people. You're learning about different career paths that you could take. There's more to the agriculture than just farming. That's a big part of it.
I think, especially for the freshmen coming into high school. I mean, I live in the middle of town. I'm not country by any means. Well, but I feel like they should get into it because, like, he's riding on his back what he said with the public speaking and meeting new people. I mean, we go to Indianapolis every year. I mean, it's great. I mean, you got vendors, you got people there. Like, trade schools are a big thing at that. Like, they had a welding showcase where people were welding in the middle of this expo building. I mean, if you're driven for any path, you can find it through FFA, I feel like.
And you're talking national FFA convention, right? With it being at Indianapolis. How was your guys' experience in this last year? Or did you guys go the last year?
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
We had a nice Airbnb. We had a pool table in there and everything. Met a lot of new people. Met some people from the Virgin Islands there with corduroy jackets on. That was kind of cool to see.
And when you talk about meeting new people, I mean, from the U.S. Virgin Islands, it's about as new as you can get, I would say, with that being the case. I've heard good things about the National FFA convention in terms of networking. Did you guys find that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I got a lot of trade school pamphlets. I mean, Ironworkers Association was there. I mean, they had a little bit of everything. Obviously, your big Deere IH are there. You can talk to those guys and see all the new equipment and stuff like that too.
So in terms of what FFA can do for others is what we just talked about. Can we talk about what FFA has done for you guys in this last about minute and a half?
I wasn't a great public speaker. I didn't like talking to people. I was nervous all the time, but I did a couple public speaking things. I feel like it's helped me become a better public speaker and getting out just with an open mind and talking to people. So I feel like that's done a great job for me network wise.
It's the same way for me. I was kind of a shy kid, and then but once you get interviewed to become an officer or do all that, going to the contests, I mean, meeting new people and having to talk to them, being sort of forced in them situations, that just really helped. That's like, I feel like it's a huge problem with all young people. You're kind of just shy and don't know what to do, so you kind of teach it you.
Yeah, and not everybody's born extroverted. That's for sure. But you can learn to be that way. And again, that's just something that I missed. I just didn't realize, and I think there's some great benefit to that. Well, gentlemen, that's it for us. We've got a fundraiser going on right now. It's selling strawberries. The community is supporting it, but if you haven't already, please do so. We just wrapped up a pulled pork fundraiser not too long ago, and some plans in the work. Talked about what FFA has done for you and what it might do for others as well. Matt McFarland, Pana president of the FFA chapter, and Clyde Witt, secretary of the Pana FFA chapter, here on the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks to Landmark of Taylorville and People's Bank and Trust.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. A brutally cold winter holding much of the country in its icy grip. Extremely low temperatures extending from the northern plains all the way down into Texas. Elon Musk suggests the work of President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency transcends politics. Musk, put in charge of DOGE by the president, says that if we don't attack the waste